Hello everybody, welcome here to the All-Star Race. I know it's been a long time coming. Some technical issues, family issues, school issues, a lot of stuff. I'm so sorry. Finally here. This is actually my second attempt at recording this race. So we're here and break it down. Throwback weekend. Some cars decided to do some throwback. Wasn't 100% in it, but next season it will be announced earlier on. If you're on the Facebook page, you should know throwbacks will be next season for sure. It will either be the All-Star Race again or the Night Daytona Race. We're here now for the All-Star Race, and is at Rockingham, fan voted, and I think this will be a fairly fun race. We have 3 rounds here. I need to get my pen out. Sorry. We have 3 rounds here. 25 drivers trying to race their way in. I believe we have 17 locked in. 3 are gonna get in, racing their way in, and 2 are going to get fan vote. And the way this works is round 1 will be 20 laps, round 2 will be 20 laps, round 3 will be 10 laps. Wherever you finish in round 1, you'll go in round 2. The winner advances, so the winner will just go to the garage. If you retire, you do not come back. Or if there's too much damage on your car, if you do get in a wreck, I can deem. Actually, you know what? I just get word from the Zero Racing League officials. You can get your backup car. You will have to miss the next round, but you'll have your backup car for the 3rd round starting dead last. So, if, say someone wrecks in this first round, they can come back in round 3 starting from dead last in their backup, though, just in case something happens, because it is the All-Star Race. And I just actually made that rule up. But anyways, Jason Haywood is going to be starting on pole for the All-Star Racing next to Keith Batson. Zachary Fishwater in a special Wrangler throwback will be starting next to Jake Rogers, John Citadino, Jay Day, Garrett Sonora, Ryan Hartnett, Kirsten Mizrak, Chris Dodd, Eric Hayden in the number 0. This is a special throwback. All Dodge Motorsports cars did this. They have the black around their numbers representing Colin Lindsay and Zednick Price when they raced in the Taco Bell Truck Series, a series long ago. So this team is the one that sparked the All-Star Throwback Week. Dunn LaPrade, Joshua Jones, James Richardson, Jack Parkins in a Skull Throwback, Mr. Cole Baker, Cody Smart in a Subway Throwback next to John Andrews, and then it's Aiden Shepard, Peyton Beasley, Dion Scott, Markle, Emmanuel Hartnett, Ferdinand Gabot back behind the wheel, and Zednick Price rounding out the field. Let's go ahead and get the command for round number 1. There's the command. Hopefully we all heard it, and we're getting ready for the All-Star Race here. The 3rd ever All-Star Race. It was at Eldora 2 years ago. It was at Charlotte last year, and now we're here at Rockingham. We'll be right back. So I don't think pit strategy will be a problem. The way these will work, the cars will come to pit road between each section, and you will come off pit road in the order you come on. So I don't think we'll see pit strategies during the race, during the All-Star maybe. But here we go. 5 drivers will make their way into the All-Star Race. 3 have to race their way in. 2 can fall back on the fan vote. Sorry if that froze. Sorry. Something just popped up. Alright, I think we're good. Here comes Jason Haywood next to Keith Batson, his teammate. Green flags out here in the All-Star Race, and who races their way into the All-Star Race? Lead lap 1, it will be the pole sitter, Jason Haywood. I was looking back. We saw Cole Baker smack the wall a few times, and it looks like he has just continued to fall back. Off here, turn 2 is the dangerous turn. We've raced here a few times in the Cup Series. John Arndt was a most recent winner. He is locked in the All-Star Race, so it will be interesting there. You see John Cedino has jumped up to 3rd. As we're looking, we got the battle right here is for 8th, it looks like, with Eric Hayden leading it. So they have 20 laps. You don't want to be too aggressive, I think, in round 1. Round 2, not too much, but round 3, I think we're going to see the aggression pick up the most. Caution laps count. And we will finish in a green-white checkered, though. It will finish under green, or yellow-green. We will take the white flag. And you saw Zachary Fitzwater try to make a move right there. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. Here comes John Cittadino for second. Can he get under him? And look at back here. They're still racing hard. These drivers, they know they can't make it all the way up to the front, but they know they can get a better starting spot. And we'll do a double file restart. So the inside looks like to be the preferred lane. So they know they have to be on the inside for this restart. So they're going to try to be in odd running order right now. But remember, the top car gets taken out. So really, they should be an even number right now. As you see it, the 72, he has been able to keep his lead. But look at Zachary Fitzwater wheel this 88 throwback Wrangler scheme. Very cool throwback. A lot of throwbacks are already in the cars who are locked in the All-Star race. So once we get to the All-Star race, you'll see more throwback schemes. Almost halfway through round 1. Round 2, 20 laps as well. They will come down for pit stops in the middle of it. As we're looking, looks like single file almost all the way through. It's like the 6 and the 38 battling for last right now. But Zachary keeps closing in on the 72 of Jason Haywood. He just can't make anything happen, it looks like. And you see the top 10, rounding out your top 10 is the 8 machine of Chris Dodd. And a very cool Valvoline throwback. There's some cool throwbacks. I like the Subways throwback right here. I think those are really... The 62 has a really cool PlayStation throwback. Him and his teammate William Brock, both PlayStation on the hood for this event. And look at this. Zachary lost a lot of momentum, and we're bumper to bumper racing for second place right here. And here comes Keith Batson to move on to John Cittadino for third. Keith's trying to race his way into the All-Star race, and at the line, that was Keith. That would have been a fantastic finish. And he's going to clear John Cittadino off turn 2. Keith Batson up to third. Christian Misdrack looking under Jake Rogers. No, never mind. And for the race lead, Zachary Fitzwater, he's now going to be on the inside, but is he going to be able to keep the momentum going into 1? Here comes Zachary Fitzwater into turn 1. He's going to clear him off for turn 2. Zachary Fitzwater to the race lead. Keith Batson going for second. And Jason Haywood stuck on the outside. Here comes Keith Batson for second. And look at the 93 run up the racetrack. He's going to run Jason up as well. He's going for third, and we're halfway through. New leader, Zachary Fitzwater. And John Cittadino, he raced that 72 up the racetrack, and the 72, he's stuck up there. He's falling back. He needs to get in line soon. So we're looking through, mainly single file through the back. Cole Baker looks like he's running last right now. And your top 3 now. And it looks like Jason's still stuck on that outside. He's going to have a gap. No, look how close. Oh, look how fast that 5 of Joshua Jones closed in. Jack Porkins as well. Jason's from the lead, and he's already outside the top 5. Top set. I think he's running 8th now. Now he's going to be running 9th, I believe. No, I think he's going to be 8th this time by. And he's going to have a hole right here. Can he pop in line right here? He's still running the outside line. Here comes Christian Misdrack. And Jason is dropping like a rock. And your top 3 are bumper to bumper. We're going to jump up to the top 3. And Keith Batson, John Cittadino. I think John is actually teammates with Keith Batson. So that's 2 KAB Enterprise Racing, KAB Enterprise cars. And it looks like the 4 is just really off pace. Are not on pace like the others. He's not really off pace, but just not up to pace, if that makes sense. But yeah, 2 KAB Racing Enterprise and then a CJ Racing car up here. And they're right there. And now remember, this 39, if he finishes second, he'll be starting first in round 2. As we're looking through the field, still single file. Looks like the 72 found a spot. He's running 8th, it looks like. So, looks like the 16's kind of all alone in a gap. But your top 3 have broken away. We're coming to 5 to go here. Zachary Fitzwater's out front. Can Zachary hold on to this race lead for 5 more laps? We saw the 72, Jason Haywood, hold it for 9 laps. Now John Cittadino's fallen back from Keith and the 88. I think John might just be trying to save some of his car right now for round 2. He knows he can't get around his boss man. And, I thought I saw some smoke. We're now under caution. And 3 wide up here. I think someone might have just lost momentum. Aiden Shepard's going to take advantage. And he's going to jump into the top 10, it looks like. Oh, battle for the race lead. Zachary on the outside. Keith on the inside. John's caught back up. Here comes John Cittadino. He's going up in the middle lane. With 4 laps to go, Keith Batson takes the race lead. His teammate's up to second. Zachary's not going to lose too much ground. Zachary's fighting on that outside. He needs to cut down to the inside if he wants to keep that 3rd position. Because Garrett Sidnor's closing in. Now, we can end this race under caution. If the caution comes out, the race will end under caution. This round, excuse me. It looks like Zachary Fitzwater's fallen back. He had it in the bag, and Keith is pulling away with 2 to go. I think Keith might race his way in right here. Not the season Keith has really wanted. Cat Tellier got the team's first career win earlier this season, but Keith, that was Keith's best finish of the season as well. I think it was 3rd. So, white flags out here in round number 1. Does Keith Batson advance? Looking through the field, the 72 has fallen way back now, late here. The 88 is getting pressure, it looks like, from the 33. Might fall, yep. And off turn 4, Keith Batson races his way into the All-Star race. Round 1 is over. Keith Batson's in the All-Star race. Wherever they finish at a position, that's where they will be starting in the next round. So, export All-Star 1. Like I said, this is my second time recording it. That's why it's already there. So, Keith will win round 1. He's in the All-Star race. We got 2 more rounds coming up. We'll be back. We're back here for round number 2. John Cittadino on pole. Keith Batson just raced his way in to the All-Star race. Pit stops, everyone took 4. Fuel, of course, because they come out where they went in. There's no point in taking strategy here. So, John Cittadino on the front row next to Garrett Sidnor. Here we go. I don't know why the ticker's messed up with the names, but green flag is out here. Yeah, ignore the ticker right now. And Joshua's going to make a move here. He's going to actually lose the momentum. Never mind. John Cittadino checking out. Look at the drivers all over the place with new fresh rubber. And Peyton Beasley, it looks like he might have smacked the wall. He's falling back here. It looks like Chris Dodd now up here inside of the top 5. Behind his teammate Zachary Fitzwater, both of them trying to race their way in. Excuse me. Who is going to make it into the All-Star race? We have right now the 93 John Cittadino, Joshua Jones, Zachary Fitzwater, Chris Dodd, and Eric Hyden, and then a whole group of cars right here battling. Looks like for 6th place. We got 3 wide some parts. And now it looks like Jack Porkins is gonna... I thought he was about to jump to the outside, but he did not. And look how loose his car is in turn 4. Look at these drivers all over the racetrack. Back in the back, we got the 1 and the 2. That's Tyler Merkel and Zednik Price. And Zednik's running up the 6 in the 83 off turn 2. 83 of Aiden Shepard smacked the wall, it looked like. And now back to the race lead. John Cittadino's got a mirror full of Joshua Jones. Joshua hasn't visited Victory Lane this season yet. I'm sure that will change, though. But in the All-Star race, what a way to win there. We saw Matthew Brown win the All-Star race last year at Charlotte. His only win. Technically, it was a win. He's locked in the All-Star race, actually. I was about to look for him, but he's locked in it since he's won one. Keegan Alsop was the other winner. No longer in the series, though, so he would have been in the All-Star race, but he is not. The 5 is right there on the back bumper. And then you got 2 CJ Motorsports cars, right? CJ Racing cars right here. But what they don't want to do is get side by side and let the 0 of Eric Heiden catch them. Now, we saw each driver was able to hold the lead for maybe 7 to 9 laps. And then we saw them lose the race lead. Well, that happened here. Joshua was right on the back bumper. And if Joshua makes a move, I think Joshua's just trying to wait his time out to make the move. Because he's right there. He can easily get on the inside of the 93 in a turn. And look at the 93 get a little loose. Get the 5, a huge run. Here comes Joshua down the front stretch. He's on the inside. Well, we have the run into 1. We see them side by side for 3rd back there. Here comes Joshua. Here comes Chris. We got passes being made here. Eric's going to get around Zachary Fitzwater as well. And if there's a big gap to Jack Porkins, but we know how fast they close in. Can Zachary jump low? And Joshua's going to clear him off of 4. Joshua to the race lead. And the 88, he's got a big enough gap. I think he's going to fall into line right here. And I think he's not going to lose any more positions. So Zachary ended up losing 2 positions. And Chris Dodd was really able to close this in. It's like single file through most of it. Jason Haywood has fallen to last. His car is really taking a turn for the worse here. Next time by, we'll be halfway done in round number 2. And remember, round 3 is only 10 laps. So I think we'll see a lot more aggression out of these drivers. So that shall be interesting there. You see Chris Dodd closing in on this 93. Can Chris close in on the 93? We're right on board with Chris for a lap here. And Chris was able to close in maybe just a little bit on the 93 that lap. Not much. And you see the 33-16 starting to close in. We got a little racing in the back. Not too much. It looks like now the 4, Cole Baker, is starting to fall all the way back. And Joshua is checking out, though. So the 93 and the 8 need to be careful. But they're also positioning themselves for the best starting spot for round 3. Because you see Chris Dodd go on the inside now. And he's not going to have the momentum. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. We've seen this all race long. They need, whoever comes in second will be starting on first. The 5 started 3rd last round. And he was able to take the race lead. So really, I think the best spot might be this spot right now where Eric Heiden is. But with 7 laps to go, they can still catch this 5 car. 7 laps is a long time around Rockingham, even though it is a short track. So looking through the field, not too much racing going on. It looks like the 44 of Dion and the 45 of Dunlop Pride racing hard. Both of these drivers going to new teams. Dunlop Pride, nothing announced, but Dion is moving teams to CJ Racing next season as Dion takes the spot. And like I said, this 5's pulling away Joshua. And with 6 laps to go, could Joshua punch his way into the All-Star race here in his Mitsubishi Nike machine? Teammate last year won the championship, Daniel Maxwell. Daniel now hasn't had the season, though. A lot of people thought he would have coming in as the previous champion. Bobby Frazier, though, season 1 champion, has had a fantastic season. Top 10 in points, I believe, and he has a win. First win since season 1. So I think Bobby could maybe be a dark horse going into this when the playoffs come around. But we still got a couple races till then. So right now let's focus on this All-Star race. Joshua, he's extending his lead just barely, lap by lap. That time John Sedino closed in barely. But I think the race is going to be for second. With 4 laps to go, I don't think they're going to catch the 5 unless he slips up somewhere. Looking through the field again, not too much racing going on, it looks like. And there goes Chris Dodd to the inside. This is for starting first in the final round. Chris Dodd is going to try to take second right here. Side by side through 1 and 2. Coming off of 2, Chris hasn't cleared him yet. John swinging his car, and Chris still hasn't cleared him. John gets a huge run, but I don't think it's going to be enough through 3 and 4. I think Chris is going to have the better run through 3 and 4, and he'll clear him off of turn 4. Chris Dodd up to second, and possibly first for the final round, and the 93's lost so much momentum. Look at the 0 of Eric Hayden just catch and pass him like nothing. But now this puts the 93 of John Sedino in the 3rd spot. But look at Jack Porkins. Jack's not going to have enough momentum to try to catch him. And I don't think the 8's going to catch the 5. We're coming to the white flag. One more lap. After this, we have a 10-lap shootout for the final spot transfer with almost a 2.5 lead. I think Joshua's sitting pretty. The battle is for 3rd. John Sedino now is taking it. No, they're passing, yeah, for 3rd. But this is for 3rd on the 2nd, starting in the final round. Joshua Jones is going to win round number 2. He's in the All-Star race. Chris Dodd will start 1st, John 2nd, and Jack Porkins will start in that very special 3rd position. I think Jack's going to have the best spot starting in the final round. Get that complete sign. All-Star race number 2. So 10 laps coming up. There's the final order. We'll be right back. 10 laps. Here we go. Chris Dodd out front. Jack Porkins 3rd. John 2nd. These 3, the front row, and Zachary Fitzwater, who's going to be back in 6th, are my picks. One of those 4 will advance. But we have a dark horse. Garrett Sidnor, he's been up there pretty much all race long. Eric Hayden as well. Maybe even Cody Smart. Manuel Hartnett in the 60. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. 10 laps. I think this is the most aggression we'll see. It will end under green no matter what. So, but caution laps count. Green flags out here. So if we get a caution laps count, but we will have a green-white checkered if need be. Eric smacks the wall real hard, and Eric's going to fall back. Oh, that was probably one of the hardest hits we've seen. And he's still 3 wide. That's not really where you want to be off turn 4 as well. As we go to the front, Jack Porkins on the inside of Chris Dodd for the race lead on lap 2. And like I said, Cody Smart is a dark horse. And look at the 46 way up high. And all 3 Dodge Motorsports cars are running in the last 3 positions. Not where they wanted to be today. And look at the momentum. The 12 of Cody Smart's coming, but Jack is pulling away. Yeah, all 3 Dodge Motorsports cars not having the best day. Very cool schemes for them, but not the best day. This is the last round. They have only a few laps remaining. 8 laps remaining. Cody Smart's up here on 3rd. This could be Cody's only chance. We know the 33 and 8. 2 very popular drivers. I haven't looked at the All-Star voting yet. So I'm not sure who, but I know these drivers might fall back on the fan vote if Cody somehow passes both of them with 6 to go now. Jack is pulling away, 0.55, 0.62. He's pulling away, yes sir. John Sedino way up high. John now is pulling away, or falling back, excuse me. Zachary Fitzwater as well, falling back here on this last run. And we're going to be halfway through the run. Jack Porkins still out front, pulling away from the 8 and 12. 12 has closed in on the 8 though. Jack Porkins, one of the fan favorites. And everyone pulls for him. He is uncharted. He has a skull throwback, very cool throwback scheme. And I know if he gets this checkered flag, what a incredible feeling he will have. As we're looking back, not too racy back here. They're still going pretty fast. It's like Ferdinand's falling all the way back to last. And with 3 to go now, the 8. How long does the 8 run behind his teammate? Because this 12 we know is fast. He's come out of nowhere late here, Cody Smart, and a throwback subway scheme. Does the 8 let the 12 by with 2 to go? Maybe see if the 12 can catch the 33? I mean, I wouldn't think so, but you never know. Jack's pulling away. The battles for second. Jake Rogers is up here late in the top 5. Dion Scott as well. And Jack is just pulling away. White flag for Jack Porkins, racing his way into the All-Star race. Can he do it? I don't think Cody, even if he gets around Chris Dodd, he'll have enough time. There is no way, but look at Cody. Could he maybe race his way for second? Second's worth nothing, though. And he's going to lose a lot of momentum. But off turn 4, Jack Porkins, one of the favorites. He's going to win and punch his way into the All-Star race. Chris Dodd will fall up second. And then Cody Smart, Jake, Garrett Senor late into the top 5. So Jack is officially into the All-Star race, guys. And so, we had 17 locked in. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you will see it when they line up in just a couple hours. So it is Keith Batson who raced his way in, Joshua Jones, and Jack Porkins. If the screen goes black, I'm sorry. I'm pulling up the fan votes. Pulling them up. Remember, 2 get in. And those 2 will be Mr. He finished second. Chris Dodd will be in the All-Star race, even though he did not win. And the next one, by 3 votes over fourth, because second was Jack Porkins, and Jack has raced his way in. It falls back to whoever third was. By 3 votes over a different driver, actually 4 votes, excuse me. Cole Baker has raced his way in. He was running almost last every round, but he, with the fan vote, is in the All-Star race. And so that adds 3 more drivers. We have 22 drivers in the All-Star race. So stay tuned for the All-Star race. That will be very, very soon. Yeah, so let's jump to the All-Star race. Hello everybody, welcome here to the All-Star Race, the official one. We are here. Alright, so very, very simple. The first round will be 30 laps. Round 2 will come around. Everyone will pit. Mandatory 4-tire pit stop. Or, yeah, we'll take 4 tires. You would be the idiot if you don't. Because wherever you finish round number 1, you will have the inverse order for round number 2. For 10 laps. So, how will that be? And then for round number 3 will be a 20-lap shootout to see who wins the race. So 30, 10, 20. Kind of interesting, I know. But that is how I want this All-Star race to be, so that's how it will be. So 30 laps of just racing. Start off. 10 laps after this, inverse order. You finish last, you'll start first. Third round will be a pretty much pit stop race. You'll pit, and wherever you come off pit road, we will not show the pit stops, but wherever you come off will be where you go. Winner of round 1 will start first. Winner of round 2 will start second. Those are the only concerned spots. 3rd through 22nd will be wherever you come off pit road. Let that be no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires, whatever you want for the last 20 laps. So last year's winner, Matthew Brown, will be starting on pole next to Joseph Romanok, 2 drivers who did not do the all throwbacks. Jesse Turner, Daniel Maxwell as well did not do the throwbacks. And then Chris Dodd, Colin Lindsay, Michael Harvey. Excuse me. Now Chester Harvey. You're going to see a lot of throwbacks here. This is where majority of them are. Jack Porkins, Keith Batson, Bobby Fraser, Dejon Weeks, John Arndt, JT Bryant, and Matt Johnson, William Brock, as well as Johnny Gardner. Johnny racing the 92 today instead of his original 43. Cat Tellier, Joshua Jones, Ivan Alonso, Michael Harvey, Cole Baker, and then Mike Toland, your points leader, round out the field. So let's get the command and get going here for the All-Star race. There was the command. So remember, 30, 10, 20. those 10 laps in second round are going to be the most important, I believe, and that's what's really going to make this different from other All-Star races. And here we go. We'll be racing very soon. Alright, so as they're coming on track, key drivers I want to highlight. Mr. John Arndt won here last time we came here last season when this was an actual race on the season. So watch for him, and he was driving this 05. It is his exact rookie scheme with the rookie stripes and everything. Very cool throwback for him. A lot of cool throwbacks. Not too many this season, but next season I think we'll have a lot more. So Matthew Brown, who we haven't seen right up front pretty much all year long, is going to start on pole. And here we go. He's going to get the green flag. Green flags out here in the All-Star race. 30 laps here in round 1. Caution laps do count if we see one on the lap 1, by the way. You see the 33 eject to smack the outside wall. Here comes Jesse Turner to the race lead on lap 1. We are jumping right into it. 30 laps. The restarts are where you can gain the most positions. It looks like there was a wreck already. Caution is out on lap 1 here. It looks like Chester Harvey and the 92 were involved. The 87 or 37 and the 4 maybe making a little contact after the wreck. And now you can pit under caution as little as you want. So it looks like Chester, he has gotten a terrible thing. So the way this works, if you wreck like Chester right here, or Michael, both of them driving a green scheme, really messing me up. Waiting for the pace car to catch everyone. We're going to go check it out. Yeah, so if you get in a wreck too hard, you're out. You cannot pull out your backup car. So car is slowing down, and I think we're going to go check out the caution. We'll be right back. Michael Harvey running in the back. Looks like he's just trying to come up the track, and the 5 and the 92 are already there, and he just collects the 92, and both of them go on the wall. So 3-car accident here. He looks like he was just trying to get a better arc into the turn, and the 5 was just right there. So this is what brought it out. 2 cars really. Kind of a cool crash. Let's watch it from a different angle. Here's the 89 of Michael Harvey up the racetrack into the 5 and the 92, and then right there. So we'll be back. So we come back, everyone's fine, everyone's good. Hair Joe hit pit road as well as the 92. The 89 stayed out, kind of surprising. Hair Joe, I saw him in the 4. Remember how I said maybe a little contact under caution? The 37 just did not get a good start to the race, and he kind of held up the 4, and so I think the 4 was just showing his displeasure. We know Cole Baker and how he feels about Hair Joe. So Zero Racing Leagues are watching Cole Baker and Hair Joe, mainly Cole, and Hair Joe, mainly Cole. And if anything else happens, it is the All-Star race, so boys are racing. So I don't think we'll see too many penalties, but maybe just a talking to after the race. Jesse Turner's our leader right now. Green flag's out, and look at Chris jumping to the outside. He was trying to get a better start, but this outside we have not yet seen it work. I don't know if that was a smart idea. And Colin Lindsay getting the wall. Joshua Jones is all up in the wall. Watching the race down the backstretch. This is where we had the caution, and I think we're going to make it through the backstretch fine this time. And Jesse's pulling out, and here comes Chester Harvey in the 35. Dejon Weeks is on his way up, 24. Tribute to Jeff Gordon. If you didn't know, JT Bryant driving that machine. And we got so there are 22 drivers. We're 30 laps, 10 laps. The inverse for those 10 laps. I think that's going to be really cool. So Jesse, that's the thing. Like, these drivers, say you're the 35 car, right? Chester Harvey, say we come down, we're in lap 25. He can't catch Jesse Turner, right? He's been trying to catch him. He just can't catch him. We might see him start to drop back, because he would have to start second to last, 21st in the next round. Where the 80 would have to start last, but he already has won round 1. He'll start first in the third round. He doesn't care where he starts in round 2. He just needs to save his car. You might see these drivers start to fall back, try to finish further back. We got a big gap. It looks like the 33 and the 89 are on pit road. That is the 89 of Michael Harvey. His car is fixed, and Jack Porkins on pit road for some reason. It's like the 46 of Mike Tolan's back here. But So no update on Jack Porkins, but now I think he's going to fall a lap down. If you're a lap down going to the next round, you get your lap back. So this round, so every round, don't worry. Every round you go, you will always get a lap back. Say you're 5 laps down, you'll get all 5 back. Fun, interesting way to run this. So you could be running 20 laps down, fix your car up, get back on the lead lap next round, and you could easily win a round, win a race. And it looks like the 80 is just pulling away. Jesse Turner, that is, just really laying down some nice times. It looks like Chester has gotten back to second. Dejon, JT Bryan are up here. Both of these drivers have just won to make it in here. The 26 car of William Brock. And yeah, we're about single file. I think things have calmed down for the most part. The 33 of Jack, I think he's 2 laps down. He is, as well as the 89 of Michael Harvey, but they will get their laps back no matter what happens. Unless, of course, they wreck out. But this 80 is fast. 2-second lead over Chester Harvey. He's got Dejon now in his mirror. As we're going to go check on Cole Baker. Looks like Cole's doing good. Now, like I said, look at John Arndt. We know he's good at this racetrack. He's currently 18th. He would restart 5th next round, no matter what. And I think it's because of track positioning. I'm sorry, I can't think of the actual word. But he's going to catch the 4 and pass the 4 real fast. But I think he's going to try to hang out on the back and get a good start for round number 2. I think that's what his plan is going to be. Now, with the 89 and the 33 2 laps down, well, the 89 is about to get a lap back, it looks like. But with them 2 laps down, they would be restarting 1st and 2nd, but no official rule on that. But I think they're going to have to restart 21st and 22nd since they are laps down. If they somehow got back on the lead lap, they could take advantage of it. So I think the 89-33, even though it's the inverse, to get their laps back, they would have to start in the back. So they will get their laps back, but they will restart in the back. That's just not fair. I didn't clarify that earlier. I'm sorry about that. And you see, look at that. The 4 guy around the 05 again. John Arndt and Johnny Gardner playing this game. I think that's the strategy right now. And you see the 80, the 89 took his lap back around the 80 of Jesse Turner. That puts Michael Harvey 1 lap down now instead of 2. And Chester's kind of closed in, though. Not as much as I thought. Thought it was going to be a lot more. But not too much racing going on. It's the restarts that we're going to see the most excitement, I believe. So we're just racing right now. The 46 of Mike Tolan really off pace. But like I said, maybe that's the plan for Mike Tolan as well. But he might be doing it too much. He's going to be restarting 1st. Johnny's going to be 2nd. And the 05 is going to be 3rd as they pass Hair Gel right here. But are they going to let Hair Gel go? Yeah, look at... Are they letting Hair Gel go around? Yeah, it looks like they're just going to let Hair Gel go around them. Does Hair Gel fall back in line? I like the strategy. I am kind of being biased because the 05 and 92 are my team cars, but Mike Tolan as well. So you can't really say I'm being 100% biased. But now this 80 is checked out 3 seconds as JT goes from 4th to 2nd. Dejon Weeks and it looks like Chris Dodd working their way up. Here's William Brock. Cat Tellier, Keith Batson, Matt Johnson, Colin Lindsay, your top 10. Then there's Joshua Jones who raced his way in. We're down to 10 laps to go here in round 1. And Jesse brought a real fast car, guys. I think round number 3 is going to be his round. I think next round he's going to settle down. And now, I did not mention this, but I think pit stops are going to come into play. Here comes Jesse Turner. Down pit road early on. We don't want to see a wreck getting on pit road. I forgot to mention that we would probably see pit stops. Interesting. Now, you don't want to lose a lap, but how fast do you want your pit stop to be? That is the question. More drivers coming now. Anyone staying out? Who's going to try to stretch it the most? Looks like Joshua Jones is staying out. The 33's already hit pit. This could be perfect for the 33. He was 2 laps down, trying to get his laps back. He can get his laps back to 89 as well. They've already hit pit road. They hit pit road on lap 2, though. No, it was a little past 2. It was after the restart, so 4 or 5. How much did they save and everything? Could they make it to the end? Here comes the 5 now. And it looks like Jesse is the race leader. William Brock has come out second. Like I said, some strategy back here. Where is it? It was the second group, so never mind. So I gotta wait a second to see if the strategy's playing through. There's the 33. Did he get both or 1 lap back? I think he only got 1 lap back so far. So I don't think the 30... No, he's going to cross the line. The 33 is back on the lead lap. So he would be restarting first if he could make it without falling down a lap to the end of the race. Some drivers just... And it looks like the 5... Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the 21 got sideways. As we're looking, there's the 33, there's the 80. The 80's catching the 33 a little bit. Well, we know the 80's really fast. So Jesse Turner, of course. We're 6 laps to go, almost 5 to go. You see the 26 and the 70 back here, then the 24, 84. Now, this is when I see drivers, I would expect them to start falling back. And look at the 33. The 80's just going to catch the 33 and blow past him. That blows the 33's plan. He's a lap down. He'll be starting last. And round 2, it looks like, with the 46 1 lap down. I don't know if they'll catch... No, excuse me. The 46 is not a lap down. Who was the other driver? The 89. I think the 33... No, he's not going to come to pit road. He already knows he's going to have to start last next round. So I'm not sure what his plan's going to be. But this 80 still just pulling away. Almost 4 seconds. He actually lost some time that time. But yeah. The 8's falling back here late. It's like the 92's gained a couple positions. That's because a lot of drivers are falling back. The 33, he is a lap down. I think he's just trying to make it to the end. So everyone's going to be able to continue as of right now. But the real question is, who's going to restart first? Right now, it looks like it's going to be the 46. No, the 89 just dropped back. But does the 89 have enough to finish this race? So Michael Harvey got his lap back. He has dropped down. He is way off pace. Something might be wrong. I think he's very fuel conservation mode. Look at the 80. Look at the 89. He's going to catch him real fast. And this 89 somehow finishes 1 lap. 1 more lap in front of this 80. Look at him close it in, though. I don't think this 89 can hold off the 80 for a lap. Yeah, no way. I was about to say... So 80 white flag for Jesse Turner. He's going to start first in the final round. But I think the 46 of Mike Tolan is going to be starting first in the next round. Anyone losing positions late? Oops, sorry. Got another notification for some reason, and Jesse Turner wins round number 1. As they're finishing up, once that says complete, so Jesse Turner will start. So Jesse, William, Kat, JT, Joseph, Chester, Colin, Dejon, Bobby, Chris, Dodge, your top 10. Mike Tolan looks like he will be restarting, or starting, I keep saying restarting, but starting first. So All-Star 1, this is the new one. Will be starting first in round number 2. John 2nd, Daniel 3rd, Joe 4th. Pretty much you know the order from here on up. Jesse will be restarting 20th with Michael and Jack both restarting 21st, 20 seconds back on the lead lap. So let's go ahead and we'll be back after they all hit pit road once again for a 10-lap mid-race shootout. Here we come for a very quick mid-race 10-lap shootout. field has been reversed. 46 is out front. That's Mike Tolan. If he wins this, whoever wins this will start second. These are all the drivers who are running in the back in round number 2. And then after this, they pit from where they are. It's a mandatory come down pit road. You don't have to go in your pit box, but you have to come down pit road. And wherever they come out is where we'll start for round 3, except Jesse will be on the pole. We'll start first, and whoever wins this will start second. Caution laps count. Will we see a caution? I'm not sure. Mike Tolan gets us going back. Green flag's out. Mike Tolan and John, who's won at Rockingham before, is on the outside. How does John react? I'm not sure. The 3 wide is what we don't want to see, though. That's what Mike calls a wreck. And 3 wide for the race lead as soon as I say that. Some contact between Mike and Daniel Maxwell. John on the outside. Daniel with the run. Daniel to the race lead. Daniel Maxwell to the race lead here. Here comes Johnny Garner, Cole Baker. John Arndt is way up the racetrack. That's not where he wants to be. And Keith Batson smacks the wall. The 33 and the 89 had to start in the back, but look at the 46, how far he's fallen back. The 10, the 5, almost 4 wide at Rockingham. The 46 of Mike Tolan still falling back. He is running this super high line. And it's starting to settle down. The race leader right now is Daniel Maxwell. Coming to 7 to go in this mid-race shootout. Johnny Garner second. Cole Baker, Matthew Johnson. Chris Dodge worked his way back up. Dejon Weeks. John Arndt falling back, but he's got his teammate JT Bryant. Then it's William Brock. And the 89, who was a lap down. That's Michael Harvey up in the top 10. The 33s and 13th. And those drivers, remember, they were a lap down. Michael was involved in a wreck, and he's up here almost inside the top 10. 7, though. 7/10 of a second ahead. Look at the beautiful sight of those cars. Cole Baker running up front. We haven't seen him run up front much in any race this season. He's doing good holding his own, but now I think he's going to start to fall back as it's a longer run. Cars passing him on the inside all over the racetrack. Now the 92 of Johnny Garner has closed in just a little bit on the 7, not too much. And Matthew Johnson, a driver who's great at winning races. He won a fantastic Texas race 1 season ago. He won a shootout or a duel, and he's won at Pensacola. Now this 92 is closing in by just 1/100th of a second each lap. With 4 laps to go, I don't think it'll be enough though. Remember, they pit from where they are, so the 92 might have a pretty good pit stop and come off third, or come off first, be one of the first off and restart third. Here comes Matthew Johnson for second, maybe. I think Daniel's pulling away. That's your champion from last year. Remember that, guys. The only driver who's safe is Jesse Turner, who's been working his way up the field, already up to 14th. And he started 20th, so he's gained 6 positions. So that shows you how fast he is. With 2 to go, I think Daniel might have this in the bag. We're gonna have a 20-lap shootout though after this. So in those 20 laps, though, anything can happen. Off turn 4, white flag for Daniel Maxwell. Daniel Maxwell trying to make it into starting second in the All-Star race, the final segment. Matthew's closing in, though. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think maybe one more lap Matthew might have been there. But Matthew's closing in a big time. Look at that. Look at him. Not going to be enough this time. Daniel Maxwell is going to start second in round number 3. That 28 was coming. One more lap. I think the 28, 1 or 2 more laps. So Daniel will start second. So, they pit where they are. Mandatory come down pit road. The only ones I know for a fact will be Mr. Jesse and Daniel, who will start first and second. So, let's see how everything works out. We will be back. The final round, 20 laps. Quick. Roll number 1, 80 and 7. I'm not going to say names, it'll go faster. 92, 10, 39, 4, 30, 70, 46, 05, 28, 37, 33, 5, 84, 89, 24, 21, 8, 26, 3, 35. What you need to know, the people near the front, 0 to 2 tires. People near the back, 4 tires. 87, 4 tires. 20 laps. We've seen whoever gets the race lead on the restarts is pretty much who wins it. Green, white, checkered if we need it. Caution laps count. 20 laps. Who's going to win the All-Star race? Jesse Turner gets the green flag, and we're back green here at Rockingham for the All-Star race. And the 92 is going to stick his nose in there. Here comes Johnny Gardner off turn 2. Fairly clean restart, and the 80 is going to get the run down the backstretch. And once again, Jesse just has such a good car. I don't think anything is really going to be able to stop him. I just don't think anything can get that 80 car, as they are battling all around the racetrack, though. Oh, look at the 46 of Mike Tolan go up in the wall. He's all in the wall. And he's going to get in the 5 car, and he wrecks the 5. 26 cautions out. The 5 cars around here on the backstretch. We're going to have another. No, there's no caution. It's too far in the back. They're saying no caution. And then that's an interesting call. But 39 of Keith Batson, who's raced his way up. Look how much smoke there was. I can't believe there was no caution for that. Look at the 39. He's kind of keeping up with Jesse Turner. 38. 35 hundredths. Closing in. I don't think we'll see pit stops, by the way, so don't worry about pit stops. But surprised we did not have a caution with Joshua Jones. It was back of the pack, I guess. Mike Tolan, who was the one all up in the wall, is actually okay. It looks like the 5 was on pit road and the 26, and 39's right there. Here comes Keith Batson. He had to win round 1 earlier today to make it in, and he's going to lose all his momentum going into turn 2 low. That might have blew it right there, but we don't know. We still have 16 laps remaining here in the All-Star race. Who is it going to be? Single file pretty much all throughout the field. And the 30 of Bobby Fraser's up here late. And the 39, he's losing that momentum because he's entering too low. The 39 of Keith Batson, that is. But it helps his drive off big time. But through the corner, it really hurts him. The 5's back on pit road, or back on the racetrack. I think the 26 has retired. William Brock has retired after the wreck. That brought out no caution. 14 to go here. Jesse Turner's out front. The 39 is running just a bit higher. How's his turn off for turn 2 this time? I think if we see anyone get side by side of Jesse Turner, we might have a race. And we know when drivers get side by side, that driver who's behind the one side by side really close in here at Rockingham for whatever reason, the draft or however it works. The 39 is closing in once again on Jesse Turner. Keith Batson, he's got a great run here. And he's trying to win the All-Star. $1 million on the line. Here's Matthew Brown, last year's winner of the All-Star race. It was at Charlotte, though, not here. But only reason he's in this race was because he won that All-Star race, and he's into the top 5, into 4th. 39 too low once again. Cuts the momentum short through 1 and 2, but off of 2, watch his momentum. He's closing in on the 80 car. Jesse Turner, who's been dominant. He dominated round 1. Made his way up through the field in round 2. He could have just sat back, but he made his way up through the field. 39, once again, super low through 1 and 2. Trying to get the run off more than the car in the corner. And he was a little loose there. Is Bobby going to try to go on the inside? I don't think so. Coming to 10 laps to go here in the All-Star race. Does Jesse Turner have enough? Will we see another wreck? If we do, we will go to a green-white checkered shootout. So, if we do, I don't know if Keith can catch this 80 car. I think the 80's just too perfect through the turns. The 80's got to mess up for Keith to catch him. I think that's what it's going to have to be. Jesse Turner, Daytona 500 champion last season. Only reason he's in this race is because Daytona 500 champions are in the race. Bobby looking down the backstretch, not enough room. Keith Batson running second still. Matthew Brown has closed in. Matthew Brown won $1 million last year. Can he win $1 million this year? He's catching Bobby Fraser, though, like Bobby's not even driving. 39. What kind of run is he going to have off the turn? Look how close they are. Almost bumper to bumper. The 39's there. What's going to happen? If he gets side by side, expect Bobby to close in big time. And look at this run. Here we go into turn 1. The 80's going to have to go up the racetrack. 39's down there. The 80 still just gets a great run. The 39's going to have a good run off the turn, though. The 30, though, is going to have a better run and almost get on the inside of him. 1/10 of a second last time by. It's not going to be closer this time, but Cat Tellier's closed in 5th, and we're pretty much single file through the rest of the field. Oh, a lot of them loose off for 2 right there. Bobby can't make the move yet. And maybe off of 4 he'll make the move. Here comes Bobby Fraser on the inside of Keith Batson. Keith's going to get out the gas and let Bobby just go around. He said, I can't catch the 80. Maybe you can. Here comes Bobby Fraser. Now, does Bobby have enough time? We've seen Keith get there but not make a move. Does Bobby maybe make a move? We know Bobby loves to win. I think everyone loves to win, but no one else is more emotional than Bobby when he wins. At the line, it's going to be a pretty decent gap, about 3/10 of a second, 3.5 of a second. Through 1 and 2, how much does he close in, though? Oh, the 80 got real loose right there, but so did Bobby. Look at Bobby close it in through 3 and 4, or going into 3, now through 3 and 4. Does Bobby get a good run off of 4? He's got the 10 of Matthew Brown right behind him. He definitely closed in there, only 2/10 of a second this time. With 3 to go, though, I don't know if Bobby has to get next to him very soon if he's going to try anything. Now, remember, if we see a caution anytime before the white flag, we will have a green-white checkered. And there's the 5 coming off of 2. Yeah, we're not going to catch him. But here comes Matthew Brown now for second. 2 laps to go. New second-place car. And look at his run. Almost under the 80 as well. Matthew, he was almost there. Not enough. He's going to lose a little momentum. He's got 1 more lap to make something happen. But Cat Tellier, though, not on his inside. Thought she was. Here comes Matthew Brown. Or is it going to be Jesse Turner? Dominated round 1. No caution. So we're going to end it here. White flag. Here comes Matthew Brown. He's got the run on the last lap out of nowhere. Matthew Brown, Cat Tellier. Here comes Cat Tellier. The inside of the 10. Not going to have enough run down the backstretch. Dive bomb into 3. No. Matthew Brown pulls away. Last lap pass. Just like last year. Matthew Brown off turn 4 is going to win the All-Star race. 3 wide at the line back here, though. But Matthew Brown wins the All-Star race out of nowhere. He won it last year and he won it this year. I don't know what it is about the All-Star race that brings Matthew Brown out. We don't see him perform that well during normal events, but wow, Matthew Brown wins the All-Star race. Cat Tellier, Jesse Turner, Bobby Fraser, Keith Batson, Colin, Johnny Gardner, Chester Harvey, Jack Porkins, and Joseph Romanok, your top 10. Really, it doesn't matter where they finished second on down. It was all about first, and Matthew Brown passes Jesse Turner on the last lap to get his win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. This was really fun to call. Hope you all enjoyed the format. Trying to mix it up a little bit. Congratulations to Matthew Brown on his second win, and they've all been the All-Star race. So we will see y'all soon for the next race of the season, which is at Talladega.